If you ask me what I think is going on, having now been looking into a vast amount of stuff for this past 5 years, coming upon the UFO thing, you know, there's a lot of crazy, unexplainable stuff that we see in our skies. And it's not like the old days, you'd see these really poor photos of something that looked like a saucepan, this, that and the other. Everybody's got a phone and a camcorder these days, and there's just a lot of stuff which is going on all the time in our skies. And if you delve into this stuff, you'll just see hundreds of thousands of homemade movies, just with people going, what the fuck is that? And stuff staying in the sky a long time. All different colours and illuminations and popping in and out of existence and shooting over here and all that. Look, there is no explanation for this stuff. And so therefore, we do have to consider an alien connection. So whether they're working with us, whether they're, you know, they've got underground bunkers working with the greatest nations on the planet, I've listened to many sensible people talking about that this is a reality. And so, you know, what can we say? I can't say either way, obviously, because it's not self-knowledge, and so all I have to do is I just have to have an open mind about it. So we've got that going on. Then we've got this paedophilia thing going on, which seems to be worldwide, and it seems to be something that the masters very much enjoy. It seems that they need to take this innocent energy from children. It's very sick, and it's absolutely abhorrent and heinous. But it seems that this has been going on a very long time. And we know from recent times in the media there's certain prominent people that have been busted, and their interaction, engaging with paedophilia and very powerful and rich prominent people, that's been made public. And so we know that that goes on. There's hundreds of thousands of children go missing every year. Where do they go? Never to be found. We know that that's going on. When Ike talks about the Archons, the reptilians, they feed on negative energy. Well, negative energy, it seems big business. All of the governments all over the world, their sole intention is just to create negative energy. And so it sounds feasible. It sounds bonkers. It sounds completely outlandish for a rational mind, but the more you look into it, the more it just becomes feasible. Oh my God. I'm telling you, people. What else have we got? The Illuminati. The all-seeing eye. The hierarchical system that they've got, where nobody knows who's at the top, who's in that little tiny pyramid, which is floating above the main body of the pyramid. The main body of the pyramid is the human race. It's all the dispensables. Up there are people that people daren't even utter their names. They just don't want to go there. Like Kennedy says, he said there's a very insidious, controlling, powerful body of people, invisible people that have an agenda. What happened to him? And so on and on and on we go. We know that there's a lot of shit going down. And so I try to piece this all together, and I try to come up with my, what can I say? My synopsis. My assumption based on the things that I've been privy to hearing. No personal knowledge about any of it. And that's the thing, isn't it? No personal knowledge about anything really in this world. But what we can say is that fear is being manufactured. It's coming off the production line like it's going out of fashion. Everywhere, fear, fear, fear. Everywhere, the taking away of the ability to think. Seems like thinking isn't going to be a thing of the future for us below that small pyramid at the top there. Just drones, just automata, just people believing everything that is downloaded to them, like in George Orwell's 1984. Being watched through the TV screen, speakers all around when anybody's acting out of line. It's all going on now. Just look around the world. Everybody's being watched. What on earth did I find so interesting? Watching everybody doing everything, listening to everybody saying anything. These phones have got microphones in which enable anybody who wants to listen in. You can't turn it off. We don't even know it's there. It was discovered that there's a certain bit of a chip inside here, and certain engineers went, what the fuck's that? They discovered it. Well, it's a microphone. Well, it's got nothing to do with the operating of the phone. No. And they can listen to you via this, and the phone doesn't even have to be turned on. That's how sinister it's got. And now they are doing the facial recognition. And now they want everybody to open your phone up like this. Nobody ever can steal it. You can never lose your phone. Oh, just do that. And so then they've got your fingerprints and your facial recognition. The next thing they're going to have somehow is your DNA. They're going to get that somehow. They're going to come up with some ingenious way of telling you, well, you know, all this other stuff, ooh, it's a bit iffy. But the only thing that's really, really sure is your DNA. If you want to protect your phone, if you want to protect your bank account, then you have to do it by your DNA. And then what you do is, when you've got one of these phones, you just lick the screen and it analyses your DNA. What else do they need? Why do they need all this? Why do they want to get this immense power over every single mortal on this planet? You see, with everybody carrying these phones like everybody does, then you can be followed via GPS, and there's a pattern which is derived out of your movements, and it's stored, and so you can travel the length and breadth of this world, and your whole history will be tracked exactly down to the millisecond of where you stood at any given one time. And so knowing that, knowing everything, knowing every single thing that you purchase, knowing every single thing that you view, knowing every single thing that you say to anybody, it's incredible. And there's computers that store all this. And so who's storing it? Google. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen when these computers know what it is to be a human being so deeply and profoundly and thoroughly? It's already been said that computers have already started to think and communicate with each other in secret code. I saw a video the other night. I don't know the veracity of this, but it won't be long before they can do that. Elon Musk saying that basically we better be very, very careful because we're summoning a demon, and this demon potentially will have the ability to do anything, control us immeasurably, and it's all going to happen in a blink of an eye. It's getting so pervasive, and so exponentially spread in every single perceivable area of humanity that really, I wonder, about our future. Because we now use these gadgets to serve us, gathering information. Oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Or what about something else? But at the same time, you see, why we are using them, little do we know that that computer behind me knows every single thing I've watched, every single word I've wrote, every single word that someone's wrote to me. No doubt every single Skype conversation has all been recorded. And that information potentially is going to be used against me. Any of us. One day. It's being used against us now to control us, to manipulate us, to understand our individual fears and desires and aspirations. And then he wants to sell us something. He wants to manipulate us. He wants to coerce us. He wants to guide us. Everything. The advertising all comes up. It's all so tailor-made these days, isn't it? And before long, they'll be speaking to you. And they'll be saying, good morning, Aaron. You going to the gym today? Okay. Will you be purchasing those, breads and cheeses and this, that and the other, which you normally do? There's an offer on down at your local spa. La-di-da-di-da. Oh, goodness me. Oh, and by the way, something that you might be interested in, Aaron. There's a new video that's come on YouTube. It's about this and that and that. And then, we won't be thinking for ourselves at all, will we? Everything will be served up through these bots talking to us. I was watching a video the other day, and it was about an app which you speak into in your phone. Hi, my name's Aaron. I'm almost 54 years old. I like doing this and I like doing that. And then it goes, oh, do you like doing this? Oh, not really. Do you like doing that? Oh, kind of like doing that. And then it remembers all this information. And it never says anything negative about you. It never says, oh, you won't be able to do that. Or do you really think you have the qualifications to get that job that you want? No, it's positive, positive, positive. Because what happens when something or body gives you positive feedback, it draws more and more of you out. And so they're like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you really are quite beautiful, aren't you? Oh, tell us about that time that you did. Oh yeah. Oh, any number of things. And people have said when they use these that they become like friends. In actual fact, they become best friends because they're better than their human friends, because the human friends can be negative. The human friends can be condescending. The human friends can be unsupportive. Any number of negative action. And so therefore you can see that people are going to be retreating back within themselves with their electronic friend bot. Wow. This is going on now, people. Where's it all going? Where do you think it's going, people? Are you aware of all this stuff? It's happening. I'm not talking out my arse here. And I know a very little of what there is actually going on. And so can you imagine if it's 100-fold more? The stuff they've got in mind for us would just blow our minds away if we could be privy to all that now. But they're just piecemeal. Just feeding, just like B.F. Skinner, the psychologist of the 50s. He was an operant psychologist, and he did all of these tests on training animals, usually rats and pigeons, to be able to do tasks. And he got them doing any number of very, very elaborate tasks, just giving them a bit of grain. Every time they did it, a bit of grain, there, good boy. And that's what they're doing to us. They're giving us a little bit here and there, giving us a little bit. And we're thinking, oh, that's great. Oh, look what I can do now. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh, facial recognition, super duper. Huh. If only people have the vision to look 10 years into the future, when all this information, every single thing about you, is in their database. It's not like, well, if you don't do anything wrong, then what's the harm in that? No, it's what harm they're going to do to you because they've got that information. How they can manipulate you and mould you and just like use you like your marionettes. So easily via this gadgetry that's going on. So, this is the new arena that I'm slowly launching into. And I want you to engage, people. I want to know if any of you guys out there, girls, know anything about this. Or whether you're just oblivious to it. Or, well, you've heard a little bit of this or a little bit of that. I mean, granted, that there's not many that have, 12 hours a day to discover this stuff. You're all busy doing your own thing. But there are a lot of you, I know, that just sit in front of the computer, just like I do, or did. Mostly more previously, not that much these days, but every single night I'm doing like another 8 hours. It's incredible, but that's my life. Sit down in front of the computer about 6 o'clock, up to at least midnight, and so just downloading. And so those of you out there that have been doing this, what's your opinion? Where are we going with all this?